Jamaica hosts IMF High-Level Caribbean Forum. Road Maintenance Fund to be subsumed into Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. And Prime Minister announces island-wide road patching program. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Last Thursday, Jamaica hosted the International Monetary Fund's High-Level Forum, welcoming regional and international leaders. Held under the theme Unleashing Growth and Strengthening Resilience in the Caribbean, Prime Minister Andrew Holness used the forum to give an update on his government's plans. Among them, improving the island's ease of doing business ranking through the implementation of the National Identification System NIDS. Mr. Holness asserted that commerce would be enhanced as the NIDS would reduce uncertainty in identifying players, lessen transaction cost, and form the basis of a digital economy. He added that measures such as next-day service for company registration should also bring about improvement in the business environment. Jamaica was one of 34 countries whose economy improved the most across 3 or more ease of doing business topics in 2016-17.
And we made improvements in trading across borders. Jamaica reduced the time for documentary compliance for importing by implementing a web-based customs data management platform, Asikuda World. And that made a significant impact.
Government made another critical step in public sector reform Tuesday when Parliament passed the Road Maintenance Fund Repeal Act 2017. The bill effectively closes the fund and moves its assets and liabilities to the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the government would substantially reduce the $51 million being spent on salaries and related costs.
The government will save direct costs related to the operations of the RMF in the approximate sum of $35 million per year based on the transfer of the functions to the ministry.
The Road Maintenance Fund is one of 5 public sector entities to be closed by the end of March 2018. Wage negotiations with the public sector was among topics discussed by Prime Minister Andrew Holness at a Jamaica House press conference Friday. The briefing followed meetings with IMF Managing Director Christine Lagarde. Madame Lagarde held talks with the Cabinet, the Economic Growth Council, the Public Sector Oversight Committee, and other groups. While reiterating government's focus on economic growth and job creation through public sector reform, Mr. Holness said wage negotiations with the public sector would be intensified. Public sector workers, through their unions, have rejected the government's offer, but Mr. Holness said the finance minister and his team would have the negotiations resolved as quickly as possible.
And I want to use this platform to appeal to the unions to consider the government's offer and to reassure them that the government will always maintain a respectful and collaborative stance in the negotiations.
Road alignment for the long-awaited Montego Bay bypass has been finalized, with plans now underway to finance the roadway. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the announcement Tuesday as he opened the ATL Automotive Group's new showroom in the second city.
Last week, Friday, I saw the final alignment, which to me makes sense. It will be a 14-kilometer road. When it is finished, it will take you 8 minutes to bypass the Montego Bay city proper at 60 kilometers an hour.
And while at the function, Mr. Holness announced plans for an all-island road improvement project. Reacting to recent protests about the state of the road, Mr. Holness committed his government to assessing and addressing citizens' road concerns.
And I want to say to those persons that the government hears, the government cares, the government understands. And in the supplementary budget, which will be announced next week, we will make a significant allocation to start road repairs right across Jamaica.
In Parliament Tuesday, Prime Minister Holness instructed the National Works Agency to consult members of Parliament when carrying out roadworks in their constituencies. The Works Agency has also been asked to fast-track its assessment of roads damaged by recent rains.
Once we have the professionals tell us that the weather system has lifted, immediately after that, then we will start the patching and the repairs. and we will do so with all MPs participating in the decision as to the roads that need to be done.
And still on the nation's roads, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said Jamaica was on track to see an 11% decline in road fatalities in 2017 when compared to last year. This as there was a 15% reduction or 49 fewer road fatalities as of October 31 this year when compared to the same period in 2016. Those figures Prime Minister Holness believes will be reduced even further after last Wednesday's launch of the Road Safety Hub. The $8 million Road Safety Management Facility and Resource Center is a partnership between the JN Foundation and the JCF's Traffic and Highway Division.
The integration of geospatial technologies and services to improve data collection and analysis will add value to how we develop our policies and interventions related to traffic management.
And finally, Prime Minister Andrew Holness expressed deep regret upon hearing of the passing of RJR Gleaner Communications Group Chairman Jalis de Spaulding. Mr. Spaulding died in hospital on Friday after ailing for some time. Mr. Holness remembered Mr. Spaulding as a shrewd and exemplary businessman. And that's all we have for you today. Do join us next time for more of the news coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.